Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique War Games Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video? What's it all about? The Monday painting video is I paint a model voted on by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. In that video, I show you a host of models and then you guys chuck votes on what you want me to paint for Monday's paint video. Whichever has the most votes gets painted out for Monday's video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. Now we've got some amazing models here, but before we go to the dice roll, I'll say massive thank you to everyone that supports the channel for as long as you have, guys. It means a hell of a world. It means the world to me. I'll see you guys in a minute. Right, so I just fumbled that last little bit there. Apologise. Right, so all with one vote apiece. We have Deathwing Knights. We have the Skaven Plague Beast special character, which is old lead models, actually fantastic sculpt. We have the Tyrannic War Veteran, but I think he's actually on his data sheet. He's the Lieutenant with Combat Weapon, but he's the Lieutenant model from 10th edition of Leviathan. We have the Avatar of Khaine, which is a fantastic sculpt, and we have the 10th edition Lictor. To keep things nice and easy, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and re-roll in a 6. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the Avatar of Khaine. Oh my dearie me, that's a huge model. So I'm actually a beast of a model. I'm going to start getting this guy ready, and then I'll come back with my wet palette and everything else. So what I've done is put some steel-leading drab around the gravel on the base. Now I've had a bit of a technical hitch here because I was going to come in and airbrush it with Khorne Red. However, for some bizarre reason, I don't know what, the airbrush isn't getting any power. Does power go into the socket because I plugged a different light in, it works. I think it could be the fuse inside the plug socket itself. I have to change that. So we have to go back to the old-fashioned way of getting this guy done. So the old-fashioned way. I was going to just airbrush all the Khorne Red onto him. I wanted to, and then just go from there. So my wet palette consists of two colours at the moment: Khorne Red, which is my standard go-to colour for start of fire, and Runefang Steel, which is a silver layer paint. And I'll find out why I'm doing that in a minute. But anyway, I'm going to come in the Khorne Red and water this down to try and get into all these little recesses. To get all of his skin, little belly button, now I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of that because I don't need to sit there and watch me paint every single square inch of his muscular frame. Yeah, so here we are, looking quite nice. One thing I do love with the Khorne Red on black undercoat is some areas it looks darker than others, which is actually fantastic. Now I'm going to come in, some tissue on my lap. I'm going to come in with the Runefang Steel. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a heavy dry brush on all of these armour panels, including all the gems on him as well. Some people are going to go, what the hell is John doing here now? So this last week with Gaz, is he doing the same thing? No, not quite. I'm going to come in with a contrast paint afterwards. But I want to get a heavy dry brush on here with a layer paint. So it goes on bright and dulls itself down. But that dry brush is really going to pick out all of that detail on the leg. Spin it around so you can see the leg. Yeah. I'm going to just crack on with the rest of him and do the rest of all of the armour panels, including his shoulder pad, this arm. I'm not going to do the bangles around his forearms. Yeah, I'll come back to you again in a second, guys. So here's where we're at. Now some of you are thinking, what the hell is this? That's good, I like it, it's nice, but I don't understand where you're going, John. Just all will be revealed. Now I'm going to go straight with a contrast paint onto the silver. And before I do, just putting this out to you. On his helmet here, I actually literally stabbed the brush into those gaps because I want to get those gaps to redefine. Now, I wouldn't be painting an Aeldari model without using my favourite contrast colour, Aeldari Emerald. Some of you are going to be like, what the hell is going on here? Trust me, this guy is going to be absolutely bonkers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with the Aeldari Emerald, I'm going to slap it on and paint all the silver armour bits. I want to avoid the gems because I'm going to do them a different contrast colour. What I want to do as well, actually no, I'm going to get the whole lot of this. Don't worry about it, get the whole thing. I was going to leave the inside part in there. I'm going to do the whole lot. So I'm going to just whack some on this leg just so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of all the silver panels. I've just dry brushed. This is really going to really pop off really well. Some of you probably spilt your drinks or just gone like, what the hell? But just trust me, you'll like the end process. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. So here we are. So you see the green contrast, green Aeldari contrast is still a little bit wet, but there's little bits of silver coming through, which I like. Now I've got some youth and grey on the wet palette, and I'm going to come in and get things like the robes, what else? And his hair, get those pieces as well, and then I'm going to come back to you for this colour. Right, now I've got some Mechanica Standard Grey on the wet palette, and I'm going to really water this down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to paint all of this gravel on the stonework on his base. Okay, so I'm going to get a nice thin coat on that, but thin, very, very, very thin. So a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of this guy. So here we are, looking absolutely, well, it's all dry now. Looks absolutely, the green I think really pops off with the red. Really, really well. And so like, see the helmet there, there's the silver still coming through. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add some colours to the wet palette. I'm going to go with Flanix Yellow. Uriel Yellow. I'm going to add some Troll Slayer. I think it's Troll Slayer, but Troll Slayer may not go on there yet. I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to do these two colours on the wet palette first, and I'll come back and start applying them. Okay, so I'm going to start with Uriel Yellow, and I'm going to come in. I've watered this right down. So I'll just flick it around here on the flames. Just give you an idea what I'm doing. I'll start with the flames first because it's just the easiest part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to try and lightly, well, I'll say lightly, across the legs and stuff. I'm just going to not slap it on, but just, it's really watered down. Okay, and across the muscle pieces, let's just try and get it in the middle there, just to have the red showing. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of that. So here we are. So now I've got some Wild Rider Red on the wet palette, whilst the yellow's drying. So I'm going to come in with some of that. And I'm going to get his blade. And I'm going to come all the way down his blade. See that bad boy? Just buzzed in here to annoy me. I try and just get as much of the blade as possible, but just leave the bottom half with the corn red. But I've really watered this down, so maybe I should just drop it into somewhere there like that, just to give me that nice. There's a lot of lovely little bits on the blade there. Now I'm going to come in with that Flanish yellow and I'll water it down on the wet palette, so it's really wet. I'm just going to come in to just not do the whole area, just do little sections of this space here. This is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down, so don't panic and think, oh no, John's gone a bit too far here. Bloody long legs, it's coming to annoy me. The face here, I really want to get his nose. These areas, I've actually already just brushed it up onto here, around the eye sockets, to really illuminate a space. So I'm going to have a camera do the rest of it. Right, so here we are. They're still a little bit wet, hasn't dulled itself down enough yet. But I'm going to go back to Euro yellow now. I'm going to wet some more down. This really, really watery. I'm going to come over the top of this. I'm going to just try and run. It's still wet, so it's actually a wet blend as well. It's going to give me a nice orangey colour. I'll try and get into that a little bit there. Now I'm going to put them down for a minute and come back and decide what I'm going to do afterwards. So now I'm going to come with some Talizar blue and I'm going to pick out all of these lovely little symbols on him. All these little soul stones that he has on him around his body. I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. You don't need to see me just whack a bit of blue on each of those. Right, so I've put some white scars, some Screaming Skull and some Retributor armor on the wet palette. I'm going to come in with some white scars, some Screaming Skull first of all. And I'm going to pick out this skull that's here. Just to get that out of the way. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get the Phoenix yellow. It's already watered down really nice. As you can see, this is still a little bit wet, but I'm going to come in, I'm going to wet blend some of that into it. of like a superheated rod. Now, with this piece here, where it's super bright yellow, I want it to stay that colour and still have that little dark bit that comes over across the top there, the top of the blade that comes up and comes down, because that would really define it really nicely. So when that's dry, because it will dull down into layer paint, I can then just touch that little piece up a bit more planet yellow. But I think just the rooms at the bottom there just look, I don't know, the top part where it just goes from red to orangey into yellow looks great, but a bit below that, I don't know. What I might actually do is just get some Wild Rider red, make sure it's really watered down, just come in, just run it along that piece there. That looks a lot better. Let's need a little bit more in there. Yeah, that is great. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Retribute Your Armour. I'm going to come along, all of these little symbols on him, and his little belt, I'm going to paint with Retribute Your Armour. Now I'm just going to do a little bit here because it don't need to be seated a whole lot on camera. So it really stands out. And then off camera and do the rest. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some white scars. And I'm going to bring it along here. Just try and get, I don't want to paint the ropes white, but I want to try and bring it up a bit brighter than what it is. Now with the hair, I come in and just give them a few flicks here and there. Just brighten it up a little bit. Again, I was gonna come in with a shade, just to shade it, and then come in with the white scars. But I was humming and ahhing. I was gonna do some apothecary white. Again, I was humming and ahhing. I just think with the bright white coming up of it, it's going to really stand out even more than just. I'm not a big lover of apothecary white contrast paint, but with that said, I think I've only used it once or twice, and I wasn't impressed with the way that the results. But then that could have just been the model I used, or the area I was painting, or it could have just been the colour I had underneath. The underneath of it, let's paint the whole thing with some white scars. Just giving it a quick once over. Now, I think this cloak looks okay, this robe looks okay, but I don't, not 100% on it. It really stands out. I mean, the white scar is going to dull itself down still, so it's not going to really stand out that as much as it is at the moment. I really like this. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come in with tissue. Now, for everyone that's new, I do usually go at this sort of stage, the exception of this wrist. Oh, this is battle ready, and we take it beyond battle ready standard, but I don't think there's much more I can do on this guy to take it beyond battle ready standard, in all honesty. So what I'm going to do is take some white skull, some screaming skull, onto a dry brush, onto a bit of tissue. I'm going to dry brush all of this stonework to really try and bring that out and pop that up even more. Again, Screaming Skull is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and but dull itself down. The weather outside is absolutely atrocious. The front garden was flooded earlier because of the amount of rain that came down in such a short period of time. Look at that base. Just one simple quick dry brush over a dark grey base. It's looking fantastic. It's not quite dry yet. It is looking good. What I'm going to do now is what I'm going to do now. First thing I'm going to do is get a little bit of white scars. Just give this skull a little touch up so it pops off. Now I'm going to come in and just try and get a little bit of white scars on the flames a little bit, not too much, just to break that up even a little bit more. I'm going to go off camera and do the back sides of those flames. So now I'm going to come in with some more Phoenix yellow, because I'm not, it looks good, but it's not the way I want it to, just to bring it up a little bit more. Maybe I might have gone a bit too far there, I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys have chucked comments below on this video. Now I'm going to come with some white scars. And this is going to be, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to gently try and edge highlight this blade. I've just messed it up. Sort of panicking, not panicking, but a little bit worried about it, this edge highlight. But I'm forgetting that it's a white scar, so it will go and brighten itself down. Let me knock in the camera. So 2 things left for me to do. Well, 2 things I think I should do. But, well, 3 things. Get rid of the dead long legs that keeps jumping on my arm. Get some white scars on the dry brush. Brush off into the tissue. Not going to get the whole up, I just want to get some of the raised bits. So he buzzes off my arm into my face. It's a bit too much. I don't know, maybe it's a bit too much. You guys think about that? Was that too much on the base? Should I just left it with a screaming skull? I don't know. The last thing to do is I'm going to come in and get some of this on the wet palette. This is an old paint. I believe you can use technical paint now of like blood effect, but this is what it looks like. It looks really weird, like a purpley red. I'll show you what it looks like on the wet palette as well in a sec. That's what it looks like on wet palette. There's corn red, and that's what that red looks like. It looks like blood. So what I'm going to do is get some on my brush, and this is all going on here. This paint is a foundation. It's pretty much the same as a base paint. It gives me an effect, such an amazing effect. There's one thing I've just come up with an idea of. I don't know if it's going to work. I really don't. I know the 2 colours work well together, but in the context of this model, I don't know. So I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. And if you guys say, yeah, that seems pretty cool, then I'll go ahead and do that and show you the results. But I'm thinking Niblet green. My regulars know where I'm going with this. So I'm thinking Niblet green, but not to dry brush the whole of the green armour, but just to do like the bits along the edge here, where the molten body is sort of reflecting onto it. And I was just contemplating this bit on the helmet here, just to really puff that out, but I'm not too sure. But that's what I'm thinking. Or maybe just an edge highlight along the sharp edges, and then just like this part in here, just flick it along the edge there, just so the light's reflecting onto it, and that's what colour it's going. I don't know. Now I'm getting I've asked your opinion on it, but the more I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking that's maybe I should. I don't know. Let's have a little look, see what we can do. A bit too much. My thinking was under there, it's giving me like a proper glow effect coming from it. That sort of look. I don't think it actually needs it, to be honest. I'll tell you what I do, just to make it a bit even, I'll just click a bit under this one. Just so it doesn't look cool, then it's just the shoulders and not knees or the arms, or. But I think that looks pretty cool. I actually quite like that. Anyway, I'll leave it for you guys to let me know what you think. I mean, I think some people are gonna love that green idea. Some people are gonna go, no, not really. I think some people are gonna say it's cool where it is. Other people are gonna say it's cool, but do it on the rest of it. I don't know. I mean, I could even probably do the spikes coming up his arms like that. But anyway, thank you guys, because this model really challenged me. I had an idea of what I was going to do with the skin, but I wasn't sure about the weapon. I mean, I'm still not 100% convinced on the weapon. I don't know, but I think that's as good as I'm probably going to get it for now. So, a massive thank you to everyone that voted this week. This guy won the dice roll, and I'm actually ecstatic that he's painted now, because he's been on the painting vote for so long. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, and this is the first time you're seeing the channel, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone, please smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video to more and more people. So this amazing channel of you guys, this amazing community we have here, can just keep growing and getting bigger. If you have any comments or anything you want to say about this model or the way I painted this model, or certain aspects of my painting on this model, just chuck on below. Yeah, that's the gist, guys. If you want to, I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. But until next time, guys, thank you all for watching, and take it easy.